Hey guys, what is up? My name is Dave, and welcome to With a Twist, Episode 4. I want to start off this episode by reminding you guys how this one's going to go. So, at the end of last week, I actually rolled the forfeit of Implings, which means I had to buy a ton of Eclectic Implings. Now, I'm going to be briefly covering this before I go any further. I want to mention that that video hasn't been uploaded yet, so if this was already covered in the comments of that video, then I apologize. But the reason that I'm doing Eclectic Implings instead of buying Dragon Implings and other Implings to get the several different styles of clue scrolls is because by opening Eclectics, I get mediums, and doing mediums to get master clues is actually a much cheaper alternative to what I mentioned a minute ago. Alright, now moving on to something that a lot of people are probably also going to be a bit confused about is, originally stated on my rules list, I said profit obtained from activities via the Wheel of Forfeits, like ornament kits and things I get from Master Clues, will not be counted into next week's forfeits. Now, because of the fact that I got so many Eclectic Implings, and I'm going to get a lot of mediums from that, what I actually think I'm going to do, and for all future things this will also apply, anytime I open Ranger Boots from a medium clue, I will keep that, and that will not count towards forfeits, but any items that happen to be over 1 mil from the master clues I get will count towards this week's forfeits. Just to clear that up, I feel like that'd make it a little more interesting rather than none of this at all going towards the forfeits. It just doesn't, I feel like this just adds a bit more spice to it. So I'm, even though I don't have to do it like this, and this isn't how I originally planned on doing it, I want to keep it more interesting. So apologies for that long-ass intro, but I want to briefly show you guys what's going on in my bank right now. There's a lot of pretty disgusting-looking items in here, and you're probably going to quickly realize what all these are for. These are actually medium clue scroll emote items, and the reason that these are on my bank is because I've never actually built stash units before, and at least not on this account. Obviously, I have them on my Iron Man, but I've never built them before, and the reason that I haven't is specifically for series like this. I never wanted to have stuff in stash units. Starting a series, I felt like that'd be kind of cheating, and I decided I'm just going to buy all these items. So these are all of the medium clue scroll emote items, and I'm going to go build all the stash units, throw all these in there before I get started on this crazy ass grind. Well, the first notable drop from the mediums has been Wizard Boots. So a lot of people ask me in my stream, am I going to be upset if I get stuff like this? And actually no, I'm going to be a lot less angry about getting it on this account than my Iron, because obviously getting the Implings on the Iron takes forever, whereas on here it's just buying them. So I don't mind, it's a free couple 100k, and yeah, someone also pointed out a couple Dragon Implings when I was bouncing around, so I caught those as well. I have 2 Dragon Implings in here, which is over 1 mil right there. I'm actually probably going to see a decent return on doing mediums, which is a bit surprising, just because of the occasional, high-tiered item like that, and then, battle stabs and random shit that I'm going to get. So I'll be interested to see how much I actually have from a 7.9 mil investment to start. Hopefully we do get Rangers, because that'd be really nice, but I wouldn't mind if we just keep getting random shit like those. Alright, got my first Master Clue from the mediums on 51. I think I started at like 6 KC or something on this account. So a little bit below the drop rate, or above the drop rate rather, as in I should have had one by now. But regardless, I'm going to go get this done. Hopefully we get a better reward from the Master than we've been getting from some of these mediums. Alright, Master Clue has been completed. Let me actually bank some of these monkfish first. Oh, and I'm getting recognized, dude. I can't be arrogant. I gotta give him the heart before I do anything. Alright. Let's see what we get. Oh, alright, you know what? There's no reason to complain when the Master Clue has 2 magic seeds in it. That's really good. 572k, definitely above average. Well, I mean, I have very good luck on boots. Unfortunately, they are the wrong boots again. This is the same kind of situation as what was happening on my Iron Man. 2 Wizard Boots so far. Got these from Adam. Unfortunately, these are not the boots that I wanted. But still, that's another couple 100k. Nothing to complain about there. It's better than the standard mediums, so I'll take it. Alright, Master number 2 coming in on Clue Scroll 63. Alright, got this Master done. Actually had to build the stash unit in the wilderness that had the Lava Dragon stuff that has like a bunch of items there. I decided to build the stash because it's a lot safer for me than bringing those 5 items out every time. So, a little bit of money spent there, but this is pretty average, actually. So, probably didn't even make profit off that clue. But still, it's good to have that done for the future ones. 41 Masters done now. It's really nice seeing that number grow. Alright, 3rd Master from this set. Piscasaurus Teleport's worth a decent bit as well for some reason. So let's go do this and hope we get better Masters than the last ones. Bam. Alright, what's with all the fucking, mediocre Masters? Alright, at least anything over 250k, satisfied. It's a pretty quick one, too, so whatever. So, about 8 hours later, I finished up the Eclectics. I left 35 because I started with 35. And this is what we ended up with. Plenty of stuff in here. Gonna get a decent return just on the jars alone, actually. So I'm gonna go ahead and sell off all of this stuff and see what I get for it. Also, 100 and something of these are from the daily battle staffs. 120, I think, is from the daily battle staffs. So I'm gonna try and exclude that just to get a good idea of how much I actually lost doing this. So surprisingly enough, I actually got 7.3 mil back out of the 7.9 mil that I spent, which is weird to me, and like counting the Dragon Things I found I actually profited. Which is weird to me because I didn't really get very good luck at all. I got no substantially good pages, like I only had one ancient page out of all the things I got there. Didn't really have that many good teleport scrolls or anything either. So that's pretty surprising, actually. I thought that I would lose like almost all the money, and then I remembered the Implink jars would give some back, but alright, I'll take it. I guess only losing 600k. I mean, I guess losing 600k to spend 9 hours to do so isn't exactly that great, but still, got most of the money back while getting no rangers, so I'm pretty happy with that. Plus, I got to push my my medium clue count up to 94. I did actually do 88 mediums out of the things that I bought, which is a little bit below the drop rate, but I also probably wasted a few here and there when I was opening them, so it's not too bad ultimately. And eventually, when Comcape does come out, I'm gonna want to get my mediums up anyway. 3 masters out of it was the main goal, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so this is the last thing that I'm actually thinking I need to unlock in terms of rings. I have all the other ones like technically unlocked at this point. I don't really see myself ever trading back unless something happens that I actually have to. But what I'm going to do now is actually unlock access to my Ring of Suffering. Alright, this shit is ridiculous. These people are spamming the hell out of this chat. Alright, so the price of the Ring of Suffering right now is 10,957, and that is exactly what I have here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this into platinum tokens, throw it in the bank, and I now have access to this. The reason I want access to the Ring of Suffering is because it's actually really, really helpful for bosses like Dagannoth Kings and my current task, which is Kalphite Queen, that I want to get back to. It's actually pretty much the best in slot ring to use there, and since my bank is about 85 mil right now, I price checked it a bit earlier, I'm getting very, very close to being able to go to Solo God Wars. In Solo God Wars, Ring of Suffering is pretty vital there, and then at whatever point I unlock Zulrah, that's going to be pretty nice to use there as well. Ring of Suffering is actually like a really versatile ring. So I'm gonna, I have it unlocked now. Gonna be using it. Hopefully it'll help me get some better kills. Still don't have the Dragon Warhammer, which is obviously a big part of Kalphite Queen as well, but this will make things a little bit easier. Alright, so I got a Dragon Chain on this task. Like I said, there's nothing worth over 1 mil from Kalphite Queen, so nothing's going to get added to the forfeits, but it's always nice to pick up a Dragon Chain. I think it's actually like 500k now or something like that, 600k, which is actually sadly not too much more than the Magic Seed drop from here, but still, always nice to see that on the ground, man. In this task, I think the last time I did a Kalphite Queen task, I didn't have any, so don't expect to get any more, but that's pretty cool. Also had a Magic Seed drop earlier, which is nearly the same price as the D Chains, but for some reason these are just more iconic to record. And there's a car honking outside. They would like to be in the clip too. So I got an Elite Clue from Kalphite Queen, and I'm just going to put it into Sherlock for now. I'll probably come back to it and do a Master later. Maybe once I gather up a couple of them. I do also have a Totem in the bank, I believe, so I'm probably just going to go ahead and end up doing a Skatizo kill at some point, seeing if I get an Elite Clue from that too, and then I can end up doing 2 Masters. Last kill of the task. For some reason, I don't know why, maybe it's just me, but this place feels like way more toxic than it used to be. It does not matter what time I'm doing this. I got so many people trying to crash me, which is really weird because, it's Kalphite Queen. Who the fuck tries to crash a Kalphite Queen? But over 3,300 KC here now. Still no pet, which isn't too bad, but we are past the drop rate. I kind of remember why I don't like this boss too much. It's a little bit slow, but especially without a Warhammer. But I'm going to go pick up a new task. Getting pretty close to that 1,000 task streak, which I definitely want to get before the Gargoyle boss comes out. I don't know if that's coming out this week, but it might. Cancelled an Iron Dragon's task and got this, which is awesome. I'm actually really looking forward to that. If we get a couple ring drops, we might actually be just pushing near 100 mil bank. So hopefully, I think with 1 Zerker Archering, we'll probably be pretty close. So I'm going to go sell off the loot tab that I got from that Kalphite Queen task and kind of see where I'm standing, just to see how close I am. So here's that Master Clue with the Elite we got from Kalphite Queen. And under 500k still, but Double Dragon Halberd, bringing it in pretty decent. Whereas I was saying in my stream that I'd be happy getting a Warrior Ring, I actually did just pull a Berserker Ring, which is nice. It at least breaks the bit of a dry streak that I've been going on lately, so that is very nice. So, I did a couple tasks after I finished that Dagannoth task, and I actually just got 150 more Dagannoths, so going to be doing at the Dagannoth Kings. And in case you can't tell by my chat, I just completed my 999th Slayer task, so my 1,000th Slayer task is going to be Dagannoth Kings. So after this task, I should hopefully have enough to have over a 100 mil bank. Even if I don't get any rings, I think I should be pretty close regardless. If I do get a ring, then I'm almost positive I'll have a 100 mil bank. But I will price check that, and when I do, obviously I'll show it all so you guys can confirm and everything like that. And when I say I'm going to have 100 mil, that's including like all the potions, all the runes. It's going to be like a really close call, but I should have it. So let's go to this Dagannoth task. Already picking up an elite clue, which I actually have to juggle because it's the beginning of the task. Picking up an elite clue from Supreme very early on into the task. I got a hard clue on my last one, so I will be able to do a master after this. Awesome. First warrior ring of the series coming in here. This actually means I have to juggle my freaking elite clue again. First warrior ring of the series coming in here. No complaints. It's you know, it's not a berserker ring, but it's still nice to see drops. I was actually saying after the 2 tasks I had earlier where I didn't see anything, like not the last task where I got the berserker ring on. After 2 tasks where I didn't see anything, I'd be happy seeing warrior rings and seers rings rather than, you know, skeletal and rock shell pieces. This. Alright, so I got another berserker ring, which is fucking incredible. That's 2 berserker rings added to the forfeits. Now I need to juggle the elite clue again on top of all the others. This is my juggle pile right now. You guys see this? There's 4 items in that pile over there that I have to juggle every rotation. This is a display of riches, I guess, is the best way to phrase that. That's a lot of stuff. What the hell, man? Well, I guess I don't have to worry about juggling anymore, because as you can tell by my HP, I disconnected. The servers have still been just as unstable as they were in the past. I'm probably going to try and hop worlds to finish this task up. But that does suck. I lost the elite clue because of that. But at least I got the berserker ring still. At least I didn't disconnect after I got the berserker ring. That would have been fucking awful. 7 times. So that was the hardest Dagannoth King task I think I've ever had to do. Because I hopped 5 or 6 times because of all the disconnects that were going on. Luckily I didn't die. The only thing I ended up losing was the elite clue in that stack of items, which does suck, but it's like only 100k plus an elite, which isn't too big of a deal to me. Still got a berserker ring and a warrior ring, so I'm very happy with that task. Also, look how gorgeous and clean that looks. 1,000 tasks in a row. I have over 2,000 Slayer points right now, which is also really, really nice. Ready for that Gargoyle boss when it comes out. Now I'm going to go sell off my loot tab and price check my bank, see where we stand. Hopefully, we're at over 100 mil, which I'm almost 100% sure we will be. Alright, so I'm going to check things tab by tab here. First tab is, I'm going to go with the guide price instead of the OS Buddy price, so I'm going to go with the guide price every single time, even if one of them happens to be higher. So 23,904 for the first tab. Alright, second tab. Well, this is the tradable stuff from the second tab, so that's 48352. So I'm going to have to add the price of all these things individually. The only things that I can actually check are the trident and the blowpipe, so I'm going to do that really quickly, including the scales and everything we have in there. That's 7085. Oh god, that's not how I want to do that. And then I'm going to have to do all these individually, which would be really annoying if I did every single one on recording. So, going to do that. You'll see them in the chat, I guess. Alright, so this is already 100 mil, like all the numbers I have at the bottom of my screen, and that's without even including all the potions I have in here, and which doesn't seem like it'd be a lot, but it's probably about 1 million potions. So, and then, you know, just random, probably about like 1 million junk in this tab too for clue scroll stuff. So I definitely have over 100 mil bank at this point, which does mean from now on and forever forward on this series, no matter what happens with the forfeits this week or in any future week, I have passed 100 mil bank. That means Solo God Wars is unlocked that I can do off task now. So I'm going to sell off a bunch of this stuff and buy gear for Solo Sara that I plan on doing in the near future. Decided on a gear and setup. Spent most of the money. I still have a few mil left. I actually have it in my inventory. I still have a few mil left in case I forgot something or need to buy something. Oop, on the wrong screen. So, this is the gear setup I'm going with. Switched into the Zami chaps instead of the Sara chaps to have protection when I'm getting KC. And bought some extra supplies and whatnot. And then the weapon I'm going to be using... Oh, okay, well this bought. The weapon I'm going to be using is the armor crossbow, and the shield is the twisted buckler. Since the buckler has actually gone down in price a lot, and even though I'm not prayer flicking, I still think it's probably the best shield for me to use. Arguably, I could end up using something like a DFS to get more defense, but I think I'll be okay considering I have rigor for defensive bonuses. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully the ACB buys for the price I have it in for. Otherwise, I'll bump it up like 100k and buy it for that. And maybe we get some really intense stuff on the forfeits this week. First trip done. I decided to actually do this one off stream just because I don't know, kind of got the itch to go and do Sara. So I actually did get a magic seed and a god sword shard, one both from the boss. It's not bad at all for a first trip, honestly. I got, I think, about 20 kills, which isn't great, but it'll improve with time as I'll get better. I need to figure out the inventory and everything as well, too. But yeah, I'll take that. Should start adding up pretty quick once we actually start getting some good items. So, I forgot to record a trip. On that trip, I got a magic seed and a couple other drops. And in case you're wondering what I'm doing right now, I am actually going back and getting kill count because I died. The servers are just as much of a problem as they have been the past couple days for me. It's weird because they weren't really this much of a problem before, but they are all of a sudden for me. Like, when everyone else was talking about DCing, I wasn't really having any issues. And now I am having tons and tons of issues, which does suck. It's going to make this much more annoying and much less fun of an achievement to have gotten on the series. It is just one of those days where we get rune swords. Alright. It's bound to happen at some point. You know, get it all out of the way early. Get it all out of the way early, and then we'll make room for the hilts. Make room for the hilts, alright? Alright, so, I got another magic seed. This time I actually got the recording while I'm still here. Got another magic seed. That's my third one. Still not even a Sar Sword or a Sarlight, which is a little weird. But I think I'd rather be getting these than Sarlights anyway, because they're slightly more expensive. And, you know, it's better than a rune sword, too, so I'll take it. Starting off the first kill of the second day of God Wars with a God Sword Shard 2. It's kind of unfortunate, though, because the servers are super laggy right now, so I don't know how much God Wars I'll actually be able to continue doing. I want to keep doing it, obviously, like, I'm thoroughly enjoying God Wars and everything. It just sucks because with the way the servers are right now, I don't know how much I'll be able to, like, deal with it. It's kind of frustrating when half your clicks don't register, like that with the first potion drink was like super delayed there, for example. It's a bit frustrating. And also hello to this guy. Like, Jesus, this lag is ridiculous. Picking up another God Sword Shard. So far, I think I've had a full blade at this point. I've had a full blade from the boss. Just got another God Sword Shard from a minion. So I've had 3 shards this trip alone, 2 from the boss, 1 from a minion. Kind of crazy. So on the very last kill of my last trip, I ended up disconnecting again. I don't know what's going on with these servers lately, but also some people are telling me, or it's being told right now, that the D-chain might potentially end up getting used for a Dragon Plate, which is kind of frustrating because I just sold 2 of them for like 600 or 700k, and they're apparently like insta-selling over 2 mil. But, you know, what can you do? I guess it's nice for a future of Kalphite Queen if that does pass. Also, another pair of Dragon Boots. But I'm going to go back, get my shit, and then rebank and do another trip. So I come back in, picking up my shit, and I get a Sara Light. This is technically the first Sara item that I have gotten here. So I'm not going to complain. It's 100k or something, I'm pretty sure. It's inactive right now because the update just happened, so SPuddy's still kind of wonky. But you know what? I'll take it. Of course it actually happens when I'm off stream. But I finally got my first legitimate drop here, and that is a Sara Sword. So unfortunately there's only 2 drops here that are actually over 1 mil, and that is the ACB and the hilt, and I missed a flick there. That is the ACB and the hilt, which does kind of suck, but Sara Sword is definitely the next best thing to get, so hopefully we can, you know, swim in a load of those rather than all of the God Sword shards and things that we have been getting. So I don't know if you guys remember, but a long time ago I said that there was a clan that was really pissy at me because I beat them, or no, they tried to kill me at Black Chins, and I released my chins. And they're apparently still really pissed off about that, because they're now ragging me at Sara. This is like a month and a half later. And they're still apparently very angry, so they're now ragging me when I'm PVMing, which is interesting. So these guys are trying to crash me. Just got 2800 KC, pulling another God Sword Shard right in front of him. They're not very good crashers, so I'm going to call a couple of my friends to help me anti-crash, because neither of these guys have bows. So my friends will hopefully be able to come and help me out, and that'd be great. So once again, big shout out to Gitz in here for helping me anti-crash these guys. I really appreciate it. It's surprising to me that these people are still being this angry about me releasing chins in the wilderness when they were attacking me with a 20-man team. So, I don't know. So these guys are back again. I don't know why. This is a different trip. I've hopped worlds, and they're still back. So Gitson luckily logged out here last time, and is going to be joining us. So this is Magic Seed number 4, I believe, coming in now on KC 2814. It's still 200k. Still not going to complain. Still, you know, wish it was something else, but it's not that bad. As is fairly obvious by the other clips you guys saw in this video, I wasn't very lucky at Zilliana this week. only getting some pretty mediocre drops, but I did push my KC up to 2832, as you guys see right here. And I decided I want to take a little break for the last couple hours I had left in this week and just do some Slayers. So I finished up my Slayer task, got another Kalphites task, which I kind of want to do at Kalphite Queen again. But obviously most of my bank is invested into gear for Zilyana right now. Since my bank is finally over 100 mil, I think what I want to do is, like, I have definitely put a lot of time into God Wars this week. You guys can see that throughout the clips. I've gotten a couple hundred kills this week soloing. I think what I want to do is push this KC up to 3,000, and if I don't manage to get to an 150 mil bank by then to start doing Team God Wars, then what I'm going to do is just, you know, maybe sell that stuff back off, go back to doing a little bit of Slayer and mixing things up again. So the beginning of the next video is probably going to have a little bit of Zilyana in it, hopefully a couple clips of some good drops. But yeah, it doesn't really seem like there's anything left this week that I can really do. I don't have time for any more Saradomin, so I'm probably going to just end up doing the forfeits, even though it's kind of a weaker week in terms of the forfeits, which does suck. But it is what it is. It's not that big of a deal. Just a little bit unfortunate that I didn't actually get anything in that KC. So hopefully we can start off next week a bit stronger. Alright, so all we've had this week is the 2 B rings. So it is time to spin the wheel. The 2 B rings are valued at, let me go ahead and actually check the price of a Berserker ring really quick. I think I sold them for 2.6 each, so I'll just do 2.6. So 5.2 mil. I'm going to have to actually sell off the stuff that I have in here. And then we are going to go ahead and spin the wheel. Alright, so a couple things before I go. First of all, if I land on... I left Implings on here because I only had it last week, so if I get it for a second time, then obviously I'll take it off the future week. And staking is back on this week. If I get on high-risk PK fight, I don't think I'm going to be doing that today. It'll probably be at the start of the next video, just like how I had the Implings at the start of this video. Just because that's kind of like something that would take me a little bit of time to want to do, and I've already been streaming for several hours today, so I don't want to do it like right at the end of everything. But regardless, let's go. Let's see what we get. It is Implings again. I am so fucking lucky with this wheel. It's actually fucking great. I'm not even angry. I've gotten everything I want to get so far. And I don't even blame people for thinking it's rigged at this point. Because, like, dude, I'm getting everything I want to get. Alright, so let me go sell off the stuff I have in that tab and get 5.2 mil worth of Eclectic Implings. Alright, so this time we got 1650 Eclectic Implings. Like I said earlier, I really do apologize because this video didn't have as many drops as I wanted to have in it. It kind of sucks because I did several hundred kills at Saradomin and just, you know, didn't really have any luck, but there's not much I can really do about that. I am going to try and push my case up to 3,000 like I said earlier before I go back and start doing some other things, but obviously the first part of the next video is going to be me doing some more Implings. Hopefully we get luckier than 2 Wizard Boots. That would be another, you know, obviously really nice thing to get. Maybe we get some stuff from Masters. Same rules apply as this time. If I get something from a Master that's over 1 mil, I'll add it to the forfeits. We'll finish off our 3,000 SAR KC, and then we'll move on to an actual Kalphite Queen task, which I got. And Dragon Chains are over 1 mil now, so that's pretty cool too. Regardless, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the video around, and all that fun stuff. Doing all that stuff really does help my videos, guys, so I appreciate it if you could do it. And if you haven't seen the other videos in the series, there'll probably be a link on the screen somewhere to click those. So I will see you guys next week for another episode. Peace out, and thank you so much for watching.